What's the debate here about?
We're talking if there's free. Are you the scholar, brother?
Look, I wouldn't say I'm a scholar, but like I got some basic knowledge.
Basic. Are you Sunni or Shia?
I'm Sunni.
Okay. So we're asking today: does Islam offer free will?
I would argue that it does.
Okay. How? I mean, can you prove that?
Well, okay. So the main point is, I assume what you're referring to is you're going to say that everything is predestined and how qadr is pre-written.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah,
so
qada qadar is part of Islam. So how do you dance around that and then say
100% it is, but it's as simple as this. So we all agree that, or at least we agree that before everything came into existence, Allah Azza wa Jal wrote everything on the board. Everything has been written and the pen has been.
Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz, yes.
Yeah.
Preserved tablet. Yeah.
Okay, and then so if you were to see two trains right in front of you and they were going straight at each other, and you know, with whatever knowledge you know, they're going to crash in 10 seconds, but you pull out a paper and you write down these trains are going to crash in 10 seconds, and then they end up crashing. Did they end up crashing because you wrote it down on that paper?
What?
Okay, if you know something.
Are we the ones to set the thing in motion?
No, not at all. But you have knowledge. You have knowledge that this will be the outcome. But before the outcome happens, you wrote it down.
So basically, we're committing a nationwide crime.
No, not at all. What I'm saying is, if you understand that an outcome is going to occur. Yeah, the example can apply to anything. If you know this chair is going to fall over in 5 seconds.
Brother, that you're as my brother said, Jesus is God. You're conflating predestination with foreknowledge. You're doing exactly what Abdul Hissa is doing. Now, our question is, does Islam offer free will? Don't go to foreknowledge.
Yeah.
Don't go to foreknowledge. That's not going to help you.
So, okay, but what are your arguments against it? How, I want to understand, what are you saying against it?
Here's my argument. If you don't have free will in Islam, then you shouldn't be a Muslim. Because Allah doesn't respect you enough to allow you to have free will. Full stop.
Okay, but you're saying if you don't have free will in Islam, but I'm just asking what's there to say that we don't have free will?
What's there to say that you don't have free will?
Yeah.
You don't believe that Allah created people for Jahannam while they were in their mother's womb?
No.
You don't believe that even though your Sunnah says that?
No, it says that it's predestined. It's written. Everyone was given that opportunity.
There's hadith about the left shoulders and the right shoulders when Allah created Adam. And the left shoulders, he tapped on his left shoulder and his offspring came out black, okay?
Yeah.
And many, and he said to Jahannam, and I don't care. He predestined them all to Jahannam.
And who narrated this hadith? Because I've never heard of this hadith.
My uncle Sam narrated this hadith. And who's going to narrate it, brother? It's either Abu Huraira or Aisha or...
but you can't just bring me a hadith out of nowhere and not back it up. What if it's a hadith?
But if I bring it up...
I want to see the hadith.
Sure, I'll show you the hadith. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sunnah.com.
Hey, Ahmed didn't be on the 40 pages, cuz.
Left shoulder?
No, I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, sure, brother. No worries.
Here.
Why is it bitch in the background?
I have this.
Yeah.
Can you get away from the crowd that you're with? Because they're very loud, brother.
Sorry?
Can you just move away from the crowd that you're with?
It's Mishkat al-Masabih 119.
I'll show him, yeah.
Just put it on the screen for him, will you? Mishkat al-Masabih 119. والإسناد
No, English, please.
English.
There you go. صحيح.
حكم صحيح الألباني إسناده حسن وزبير.
Yeah, sure. Can I
What about Zubair? What about Zubair?
Two إسناد الألباني صحيح.
Mushroom, you're muffled.
Sorry. Through the narration of Al-Albani, it's sahih. Am I muffled now?
No.
Okay. Isnadahu Hasan through Zubair, through the narration of Zubair Ali Zu'i. Okay?
Yeah.
So here, this is the hadith, okay?
Yeah.
It's not Hassan. They haven't mentioned the Albani, the Sahih.
No, it's Sahih. It's Sahih. Who
Anyway.
cares about him?
It says here, Mishkat al-Masabih, 119, okay? Abu Darda reported Allah's messenger as saying, God created Adam when he created him and struck his right shoulder and, his right shoulder and brought forth his offspring white like small ants. And he struck his left shoulder and brought forth his offspring black as though they were charcoal. Then he said to the party on his right side, to paradise and I don't care, to the white ones. And he said to the party in his left shoulder, which are the black ones, to Jahannam and I don't care. And he predestined the white ones to go to Jannah, the left ones, the black ones to go to Jahannam, to hell.
What my assumption is of this is, we also believe that this was before Adam alayhi salam was created. All the souls were already there.
Oh, wait. Before? What do you mean before?
I'm saying before Adam alayhi salam was created.
God created Adam.
No, I'm saying before. No, I'm saying before Adam was created, all the souls were there.
What souls were there? What are you talking about? Listen.
All the souls in Islam.
No. Because in another hadith, no. Don't do tadlis, brother. Come on, you have knowledge. What do you mean? Why are you doing tadlis? Here is another hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2643. What you're saying, the souls were ready. That's not true. That's not true. I'll tell
You're
you
saying that the souls weren't created
because
before
according to Sahih al-Bukhari.
No, they weren't.
Brother, pay attention. It turns out I'm the scholar here. Hang on. The creation of each one of you is gathered in his mother's womb for 40 days or 40 nights. Then he becomes a clot of blood similar to himself. Then he becomes a lump of flesh similar to himself. Then an angel, a malak, is sent to him and he announces 4 words and he writes down his provision first, his lifespan second, his deeds third, and whether he will be wretched, people of Jahannam, or blessed, fourth. Then the soul, pay attention, is breathed into him.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the soul is breathed then when he's in the womb.
That's when the soul is put into him.
Sure.
Yeah, that's when the soul is put into him, not when the souls existed.
Right. Now, indeed, one of you may do the deeds of the people of paradise until there is nothing between him and it but an arm's length, very close. But then the book will overtake. Okay. This is ma katab Allah, the book. That's what they mean by it. And he will do the deeds of the people of hell and enter hell. Indeed, one of you may do the deeds of the people of hell until there's an arm's length between him and it. Then the book will overtake him and he will do the deeds of the people of paradise and enter it. Now, in the explanation of the hadith, right? In the sharh of the hadith, pay attention to what happens here. God Almighty has written the destinies of creation in the preserved tablet, this agrees with you, okay? And they will occur according to what Allah Almighty has decreed and predestined. In this hadith, okay, it explains to you the first part of the hadith, which is about the creation, the uterus, the everything, the provisions, okay? But here in the middle of the sharh, it says, and the deeds occur according to what is written. A man may do the deeds of the people of paradise until there is only an arm's length between him and paradise. Yani he'll be good his whole life until he is so close, which is utmost closeness. And then his fate will overtake him. Yani no matter how good you are as a Muslim, if Allah has predestined you to Jahannam, you're going to Jahannam. Because then your fate that is written where? On the preserved tablet will overtake you. So I'd say, brother, if you want to stay a Muslim, why be good? Be as bad as you can, enjoy life, brother. Go commit adultery, commit zina. Allah has predestined you anyway. And after you die, you might go to Jannah. Because how do you know? You don't know.
Rules of the ilah. We chose to follow the rules of the ilah.
Just stay out of it, Abdul Hassa. You're like, you, do you have the understanding of a 6-year-old of your religion? Do you understand, brother, what's happening?
What you saying? All y'all mockers and scoffers.
Get down, Abdul Hassan. What was you? Habibi, Alex.
Look, I don't know too much about this topic, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, where's your scholar? Bring me back the scholar, bro.
No, it's me. I never said I was a scholar. I said I have basic knowledge.
The other guy, no, you.
No, I am. I never changed.
No. That's you. You first came up. You said I have a scholar, and then the voice changed.
No, I was the one talking the whole time.
Bring me the other guy, brother. Come on, man.
Brother, I am the other guy. I was the one talking with you the whole time.
Rita, is he the second guy that was talking to me?
No, there are two of them, but this is the second guy. Listen, Mushroom, whatever you're doing to your mic, can you please fix it?
Yeah, sorry. I keep putting my hand on the microphone.
Yeah, don't do that because we can't hear you properly.
Yes. So, Habibi, the point is Allah has predestined you. This preserved tablet, He has already written your destiny in it, where you're going to end up as a Muslim. Okay? And here they tell you in the sharh, in the explanation of the hadith, according to Al-Imam al-Nawawi and Fath al-Bari fi sharh Sahih al-Bukhari, okay?
Yep.
And sharh Sahih Muslim, they're telling you here, okay? He writes your deeds, okay? And no matter what you do, okay, your destiny will overtake. Yani you could be doing the works of the people of the Jannah here. And the deeds occurred according to what is, where is it? What is written? A man may do the deeds of the people of paradise, very important, until there's only an arm's length between him and Jannah. Yeah? Which is utmost closeness, yani you're almost there. But then if your Allah has decided, your fate will overtake everything, okay? As it was previously written for him in his mother's womb, that he would be wretched. So no matter how good you are as a Muslim, no matter, like if you don't miss a prayer your whole life, help the poor, feed the poor, do everything that is good on this earth. If Allah has predestined you to go to Jahannam, you do everything that gets you to Jannah and you're so close, but your fate takes over, because it's all up to Allah at the end of the day, because He has written your fate on this, the preserved tablet that is with Him up there on above the 7 heavens. So, can we say now that there's no free will in Islam?
I personally still disagree with that, but
how do you disagree with Al-Bukhari and your Sunni, brother?
Because there's more to it. I don't know the context of this hadith. I don't know anything of that, so I'm not in a position to speak about that. I'm not in a position to tell you, no, this hadith is wrong. No,
okay, then we have something to discuss with you. Okay. If you don't know like this basic information, right? Could it be said that there might be a probability, however small, that you might be worshipping the Satan?
No, I wouldn't. I don't see how that has any correlation with this.
Okay. If you don't see.
You went on mute. I don't know what happened.
No, look, at the end of the day, if this is something that I don't have knowledge on, so I don't want to say anything.
But you understand English, right?
I do understand English, but at the end of the day, this is a very small sliver of the entire picture. There's a lot more hadith. There's I don't know.
Of course, there's a lot more hadith.
Just like, hey,
how
just like
is a hadith?
Here,
this one is wonderful.
The woman who buries alive her newborn girl, okay, and the girl who is buried alive, both will go to hell. Sahih Al-Albani. But that's what your messenger said. The girl who is buried alive, her and her mother are going to hell. What's the girl's fault? Her mother unalived her, she's buried her alive. Why is the little girl going to hell? That's according to your Allah.
Look, like I said, I don't know the context of this hadith. I can't say anything
Their
about
context. This is, you read it. Read it.
regardless. There's no matter how I read it without knowing the context.
But do you see why we're asking if there's free will in Islam? Because from what we read and what we discover, there isn't.
That's from what you've read and what you've discovered.
Yeah, it's pretty significant. Don't you think that Allah has preserved on His preserved tablet? He's written down your luck, your what is he? A fortune teller?
I don't believe so. But if that's what you believe, then that's what you believe.
That's what you believe. This is your sunnah, brother.
That's what I believe. But I'm saying if you believe that our God is a fortune teller, then that's what you believe.
But the
I mean, you came up here saying that you have someone who's a sheikh or a scholar that would want to speak with us. Your friend did it, right?
Yeah, yes,
You
but
ca-
I'm
you
not a
guys came
scholar.
up-
He was
you guys-
referring to me, but I'm not a
You
scholar.
said you already admitted that you're not a scholar. No problem. So what was the purpose of this conversation? You came up, said that you wanted to speak to us, that you might know something on the topic, but turns out you don't know anything.
I never claimed to know anything. I was just in the
Okay,
conversation.
can you put the original guy first here?
Yeah, right. All right.
Let us talk to him.
Hey,
Okay.
Hello.
So you said your friend had knowledge
Yes.
to discuss these issues. Okay, turns out he doesn't know anything.
Really? No, honestly, like, what's the topic? Maybe I can help.
Oh boy. Okay, listen to me. Okay? If your God predestines you to go to hell, right?
Yeah.
Or to heaven, right? Regardless of what you do. Do you think that that's fair?
No one said regardless of what you do.
Well, no, he says it regardless of what you do.
you
In
kidding me?
Islam, regardless of what you do, you might end up in heaven, you might end up in hell. You could be a mass murderer,
Yeah, on
a mass
that
murderess, and you might end up in paradise.
Look at this. Read this. The highlighted text, Habibi. Look, read it. A man.
One second.
A man may do the deeds of the people of paradise until
And
there's
good
only an
heart.
arm's length.
At the end of the day,
left,
I don't know.
okay?
I don't know
Between
where.
him and paradise.
One second. At the end of the day,
Let's read it. Let's read it.
But
So
you can-
a man.
you can type that up on Word. You can type that up on Microsoft.
Yeah, Habibi,
Word.
this is Hadith Encyclopedia. What?
I'm
This is the
telling you-
internet, brother.
I'm telling you.
The end of Islam is here.
You're
The
asking me a
internet.
question. I'm answering it for you.
We're having a conversation.
Wait, I'm
Did
trying
you
to answer
really-
the question. You asked me a question and you jumped
Al-Jurar
into a
al-Sunniyya.
different.
You think this is written by Uncle Sam, my uncle?
Maybe
No.
I don't know. Maybe
No,
not.
Habibi, this is Sahih al-Bukhari.
Okay, so what's your question?
Sahih al-Bukhari. Written by.
Tell me
You
what's your
believe,
question.
when you first came up, you said, yeah, there's predestination in Islam. I admit that. And now that we're showing you predestination in full context, you're saying, what's the context? You're saying, what's the context when I'm showing you the
I said,
context?
what's the question? Habibi, I said, what's the
The
question?
question is, Habibi, the question is, listen to me. A man may do the deeds, okay, here. A man may do the deeds
Yes.
of the people of paradise, okay? And two, there's only an arm's length between him and paradise and Jannah, where you get your huris, which is the utmost closeness. He cannot get any closer to paradise than that. And then his fate will overtake him, okay? As it was previously written for him in his mother's womb, like we showed earlier. Now that means that you as a Muslim, no matter how many times you pray per day, no matter how many good deeds you do in this life, your deeds mean jack shit. Because at the end of the day,
I'll tell you the
God-
difference. I'll tell you the
God
difference.
had already predestined you to either
No, that's
Jahannam
not
or
true.
Jannah.
No, that's not true. You're mixing with the words. I'll tell you what it means. It means you've got two options. You can pray and you can do charity and you
A
can
man,
do whatever you want.
Habibi,
It's
a
about what your
man may
intentions
do the
are.
deeds of the people of paradise. What are the deeds of the people of
You can
paradise?
fast.
My dear brother.
You can pray. You can pay your
Okay,
charity.
stop one by one. A man like
Fasting,
you.
no problem. Fasting. Let's start
Habib,
with
It
fasting.
doesn't
man like
matter
you-
whether you fast. Mushroom, he doesn't
Oh
understand.
my God!
It doesn't matter whether you
you
fast,
guys are
whether
the
you give
worst-
charity.
worst
Alex, you need
people
to
to have a debate
stop.
with.
Alex, shut up. It doesn't matter if you fast, if you pray, if you give charity. It doesn't matter. You could do all of that and still end up in hell because that's what your Allah has predestined you for. Okay? That's what this hadith is saying.
Habibi Alex,
How
listen.
do you know if you're worshiping the one true God or Satan himself? And that's why I asked you earlier. Do you not know that there's a big probability, but in your case, even the smallest probability of that being true is a problem. Because now you can see that your Allah has predestined you to a certain location.
Yeah.
You understand?
The tafsir, look, the tafsir and the sharh
One second.
is very
You
clear.
need to understand something. You guys are going around in circles and circles and circles and circles.
We're going around.
No, actually, we're not.
You ask me a question. If you want me to answer it, I'll answer it. If you guys are
Now,
going to cut
Actually,
me
I
off,
would love for you to answer it. The
you're gonna
problem
cut
is
me
you keep
off,
saying
I'm
you
gonna
don't
do
know.
your phone and
as
I'm
a
gonna
Muslim,
leave and you can
do your
continue with
deeds.
your
One
delusion.
second, 1 second.
You can
Alex,
continue with your delusion.
boys, just 1 second. Let's have a chat. Do your deeds matter? Do they affect your
100%.
destiny? Yes or not?
Yes.
They affect your destiny?
Yes.
So Muhammad was lying when he said that your deeds don't affect your destiny?
Habibi, you can do, it's your intention. If you can go, for example, the 5 pillars.
Habibi,
You
a
can-
man may do, pay
I'm gonna have a
attention please to
conversation
the
with you.
words. A man may do the deeds of the people of paradise.
Okay,
What
I'm
are the
I'm
deeds of the
explaining
people
that.
of paradise?
Okay.
Praying, fasting, feeding the poor, correct?
No, not for praying, fasting, charity, and Hajj.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Let me
until what?
continue. Let me
Until
continue.
what? Until there is only an arm's length between him and paradise, which is utmost
Okay, do
closeness.
you want me to explain or you don't want me to explain? No, I want to finish.
No, but they're explaining. Why would you explain the explanation?
So if
I
they're
just want you
explaining,
to
so why
admit-
having a conversation with me? Have a conversation with the computer.
Habibi, I'm showing you your Islam, what your Islam is telling
People are
you.
drunk, Mushroom.
Yeah, we're drunk. We're sitting in Condor Park having some.
Listen, which is the utmost
What religion are
One
you
second,
guys?
one
closeness. And then his faith, pay attention, will overtake him. Why? Will overtake him as it is previously written for him in his mother's womb. You've been stamped with your fate by Allah. No matter how many good deeds you do,
Oh yeah. Okay.
does not change the fact that Allah has already made a decision while you were in your mother's womb
So what do you want to call it?
and written it on the preserved tablet, right there, on the preserved tablet that he has up there above the 7 heavens. So free will does not exist in Islam because, I mean, you know, it's what doesn't matter what you do in this life. It doesn't matter. You could be a bad Muslim or a good Muslim, and it doesn't matter. You could be a good Muslim and go to Jahannam, and a bad Muslim and go to paradise.
Because you could be a Muslim that fasts just to show everyone that you're fasting and you have the bad intentions, so you don't care about the meaning of fasting. You can go pray, but just to say that I'm praying as an image, but you're not praying for your God. You're just praying to show people, or just so you tell people, I pray.
But isn't that the purpose? Just wait a second.
That's what-
Isn't that
that's
the
what it
purpose
means.
of you
That's-
getting
that's what
together in the
hadith
first
means.
place?
That's
You
what
do
it
it 5
means.
times a day.
That's
Who
what it
knows
means.
why you're doing it?
That's what it means. It means that you can go do the good things, but but if your intentions are wrong and you don't have the right intentions to do it, it's like, for example, charity.
But where is intention? Where are intentions mentioned in the sharh of
That's
the
what
verse?
that you just read it. You said if you are going to do something, but of the good, and you
No,
can help,
a
correct?
man, pay attention, Habibi, please. Yani, how many times do we read the text for you to understand it? A man may do the deeds of the people of
بدي
paradise.
اسالك سؤال يا حاجه بدي اسالك سؤال بدي اسالك سؤال
تسأل مين سؤال يا حبيبي؟
انت
تفضل.
what religion are you?
Don't change the topic. Don't change the topic. Stick
What
with
religion
this.
are you?
Habibi, stick with this. Don't do Mohedi.
What religion you are? Just tell
A
me.
man may do the deeds of the people.
Mushroom, they're not listening.
Are you Christian?
Get out of here, man. Are you Christian?
They're not even listening. Yani, what
He
is
thinks
this?
he's gonna
Get
change my
ahead.
topic, and he thinks he's smarter than me. He's gonna change my topic and switch it. I got to be a man. That God died. Oh my God.
Yeah, my head.
تطلع لا قشمر. They think they can change the topic, يعني so
Terrible.
easily.
I couldn't wait to get rid of them. My
Huh?
God, that was just annoying.
جيتوما يا حبيبي، ده كلام ربنا يا ابني. عمو جاي. انت ناسينا يا عمي جمال حبيبي.
Ammu Jamal, it's been such a long while since we've seen him.
حبيبي نورت عمو جمال، نورت اخوي العزيز. Yeah, I know. صحيح Muslim 2749 حبيبي. I know that one. I just
Yeah, we know.
brother,
we know.
they don't understand, guys. When we're showing them stuff, it's because we have a strategy. You know what I mean? So I was gonna come to that as well, and I did show it, but they just don't. They removed him because what? They prefer the echo chamber, brother. What echo chamber? They were at the park, man, having shisha, talking about Allah. What are you talking about, bro? Like you guys care anyway.